Welcome to all. Myself Ganesh Javalkar, working as assistant professor in NB Navle Siekar College of Engineering, Solapur. I have total experience of 19 years and my qualification is ME Civil in Structures. So for today's lecture, I am going to discuss about the pile foundation part 2. So this is my second lecture in which I am going to discuss about the ultimate load carrying capacity of pile. So ultimate load carrying capacity of a single pile, you can say. So QUP, so that is the notation for ultimate load carrying capacity. So here you can see QUP. So QUP, it is in kilonewton, which is equal to QSF plus QUB. So last time I have discussed in the first lecture what is QSF, that is skin friction resistance, and what is QUB, that is the end bearing resistance. Now it is the total load. What is QUP? That is the total load. It is the total load which can be carried by a pile or allowed to applicable on pile without failure. So total load that can be applied on the pile, or you can say it is a load carrying capacity of a pile. Now allowable load or safe load carrying capacity. So safe load carrying capacity, when you calculate safe load carrying capacity, you need a factor of safety. So for this pile foundation, we are taking factor of safety as a 2.5 to 3. So from this, if you know the factor of safety, you can calculate the Q allowable or Q safe. So it is the ratio of QUP upon factor of safety. So this is the ratio. Now while finding QUP, we can more rely on QSF, as friction is predictable but we cannot accurately estimate end bearing resistance. That is, we don't know what is the confirmation that where is the harsh strata actually lying below GL. We can increase factor of safety for QEB and decrease factor of safety for QSF. So meaning for this is so we can, while finding the QEP, that is the load carrying capacity of a single pile. So for that finding load carrying capacity of single pile, we can more depend on the QSF, that is negative skin it is a skin friction resistance, and it is a predictable. And why we are not depending on the QEB? That is because at much larger depth we don't know where the harsh strata layer is existing or what is its thickness, harsh strata thickness, that is that we don't know. So therefore we can more rely on the friction of that friction due to the soil and pile. So therefore we can increase the factor of safety for the end bearing resistance, because we don't know what is the bearing given by that harsh strata layer. So therefore we can increase the factor of safety for that QAB, and we can decrease the factor of safety for QSF. Now there are some methods to determine the load carrying capacity of pile. First method is static method, that is you can say there are another name is theoretical method or analytical method also, which is best suitable for the cohesive soil. So cohesive soil means it is a clay. Now second method is dynamic method. So dynamic method is a empirical formulas are there, best suitable for sand. And third method is field method. So field method, on field directly you can determine the load carrying capacity of the pile. So this is the experimental method. So in field methods there are again three tests, you can say. There is a pile load test, then standard penetration test, and cone penetration test. So these, by using these 3 tests, you can determine the field load carrying capacity of the pile. Let us see one by one. First, take so in this 3 methods, out of these 3 methods for your syllabus, you are having only static method and dynamic method, and we'll discuss these 2 methods for today's lecture. Now, static method. So here is the static method. This method can be applied for C5, C and phi type of soils. So what is C and phi? So C is the cohesion and phi is the angle of internal resistance. So angle of internal resistance or angle of frictional resistance. So there are 3 types of soils available in the field. That is the C5 soil, that is the soil having both properties, cohesion and angle of internal resistance. Then second type of soil is cohesive soil, purely cohesive soil you can say, and third type of soil is frictional soil, that is a sandy soil you can say. But it is okay, it is we can apply this method, static method, for 3 types of soil, but best suitable for C soils only, cohesive soils only. Now, ultimate load on the pile. Ultimate load on the pile, it is given by QEP equal to QEB plus QSF. So that is our basic equation. Now, what is QEB? That is QB multiplied by AB. So QEB is here it is, that is the end bearing resistance which is obtained from the hard strata. Then this QEB, it is determined from this multiplication, QB multiplied by AB. Then QSF. What is QSF? So this QSF you can obtain by multiplying this Fs into AS. So where this QB, it is the end bearing resistance in kilonewton per meter square. AB, it is area of base of pile in meter square. So area of base of pile means whatever area you are having for the pile, cross sectional area at the base. So where here pile is resting on the hard strata. So at that layer, at this level, what is the cross section area of pile is available? That area you need to consider, that is AB. Now Fs. So Fs is also in some books you may find it is a QS. So QS or Fs, it is a skin friction resistance in kilonewton per meter square, and AS is the surface area in meter square. So AS means if you are considering a circular pile, okay, if you are considering a circular pile, you can determine its perimeter, that is if it is D, then you can determine its perimeter, circumference of the circle, that is equal to pi D, okay, multiply by L, that is the L is the this height of the pile. So L or H, both you can use. So L, so pi DL will get you the circumference area. So here I have written some AS for circular, diameter D having length L, pi DL. AS for square, that is 4BL, and for rectangular it is 2 plus B plus 2 into bracket B plus D into L. So according to the shape of the pile you can determine the AS. Now QB calculation. So how to find out this QB? So now we know the bearing capacity equation, our basic bearing capacity equation for shallow foundation. Here QB equal to CNC plus gamma DF into NQ plus 0.5 gamma B into N gamma. Now I have denoted this is term 1, term 2 and term 3. So term 3 is neglected. Why it is neglected? So for below foundation soil, for shallow foundation, you can see here, for below foundation soil or for shallow foundation depth is very less, but pile foundation is deep foundation and effect of soil below foundation is negligible. So this term will get you the very less value compared to the other two terms 1 and 2. So therefore we can neglect. So term 3 can be neglected because in case of deep foundation it is very less in comparison to other two terms. So therefore equation becomes QB equal to CNC plus gamma DF into N gamma NQ. Now what is gamma DF, this term? So gamma DF, but gamma DF or DF means it is a depth of foundation. So now in pile foundation we are considering depth of foundation as a L or H. Okay, L or H we are considering. So now here I have written gamma DF or gamma H. So effective stress at base level. So what is the meaning of this gamma DF? That is effective stress sigma bar at the base level of pile. So what is effective stress, that you know, sigma bar equal to gamma H into U. U is the pore water pressure. If there is no water table below the ground, then pore water pressure will be 0. So then in that case this sigma bar will be only gamma into H. Now this okay, I have shown here in the diagram soil is having density gamma or specific gamma, then gamma DF at base or gamma H at base. This is at this level. So effective stress at this level, sigma bar, it is required. So sigma bar you can calculate gamma multiplied by H, whatever the depth of pile you are having. So density of pile multiplied by H is the sigma bar. Now for C5 soil, this is the type of soil. QB equal to CNC plus sigma bar into NQ, where NC and NQ given in example, or it is the bearing capacity factors that you know. Then second type of soil is for clay. So for clay this phi is equal to 0. So as phi is 0, NQ will be 0. So therefore this term will get cancelled. Now QB equal to CNC is the equation. So now NC you can consider equal to 9. So it is the from scheme terms theory. So scheme terms has specified this value NC equal to 9 for the pile foundation. And what is C? C is the cohesion of soil at the base of pile. So remember, we are calculating this cohesion, not here. We are calculating here the cohesion of soil at the base. So cohesion of soil, it may be different at this position, and at this position. So therefore we are considering this cohesion. Next, for sand, third type of soil is sand. C equal to 0. So for sandy soil, you know, it is a non-cohesive soil, that is a C equal to 0. So therefore this term get cancelled. QB equal to sigma bar into NQ. This is the remaining term. So this is the equation for sand. Now Sigma bar is the effective vertical stress at pile base level. So I told you here what is sigma bar. So here you can see in the diagram. So sigma bar equal to gamma dc or gamma into h. So gamma dc when if h is greater than equal to dc, or gamma into h if h is less than dc. So again you can consider sigma bar equal to gamma into L also. So length of pile, height of pile, so this you can consider. So what is DC? Critical depth up to which sigma bar increases and then remains constant, means there is some depth below GL where sigma bar is constant. So that depth is critical depth, DC. So generally this DC, it is 10D to 20D depending on type of soil. So according to type of soil, this value may differ. So this is about QB calculation, area of here QB calculation and AB calculation. AB you can find out cross section area at the base. Now next go for this term Fs into S. So how to calculate Fs? So I told you this Fs is also denoted by Qs. So in some books you may find Qs. So therefore how to calculate this Fs? For let us consider for pure clay. So for pure clay phi equal to 0. So here if for pure clay phi equal to 0, if I consider this basic equation of shear strength of the soil, S equal to C plus sigma tan phi. So S equal to C plus sigma tan phi, here phi equal to 0, therefore S equal to C only, that is cohesion of soil. So now we are calculating this Fs by using this alpha factor. So what is alpha? Here it is mentioned, alpha is adhesion factor for shear mobilization factor. So adhesion factor we have introduced here to calculate the Fs. So alpha into C bar. So what is again C bar? We are not using only C here, we are using C bar. So C bar is average cohesion over the length of pile. So what is this average cohesion over the length of pile? You can see here in the diagram. So we are using this surface area to calculate the Fs. So now this surface area will have C1 here, C2 here, C3 here and C4 here. So these different values we are having along the length of the pile. So cohesion C will vary along the length. So therefore we have to consider average cohesion over the length of pile. So it is calculated by C1 plus C2 plus C3 plus C4 divided by 4. So that average you can calculate. Now this alpha adhesion factor for shear or shear mobilization factor. So alpha is less than 1 for heterogeneous materials. So heterogeneous materials like concrete pile. So heterogeneous material means concrete pile and surrounding soil. So these are the two materials which are interact. So pile is of concrete and there is a surrounding is soil. So these are the different two materials, so heterogeneous materials. So for this type of heterogeneous materials, alpha will be less than 1. or alpha is less than 1, you can consider for steep soil also, steep clay, sorry, it is not steep soil, it is steep clay. Now alpha equal to 1, when alpha equal to 1, for homogeneous type of materials like sandy pile and surrounding is also sand. So pile material is also sand and surrounding is also sand. So homogeneous type of materials are there. Or in bracket again written, for soft clay you can consider alpha equal to 1. So this value you can assume while solving the numericals, you can consider the alpha according to the given pile material and sand. Now this table shows you the different values of alpha according to the type of soil. So over consolidated clay or steep clay 0.2 to 0.4, medium steep clay 0.4 to 0.6, normally consolidated or loose clay 0.6 to 0.9. So maximum possible value for alpha equal to 1 if pile material is same as the ground. Now this is Fs for pure clay. Now we will go for sand. Second type of soil is sand, C equal to 0. So how to calculate C equal to Fs for this sandy soil? So here if you consider this diagram here, so this is the surface area where we are going to calculate the frictional force F. So how we can calculate the frictional force? So that now this pile is surrounded by the soil. So this soil will will give some pressure that we call N or sigma H. So normal pressure acting on this surface of the pile. So due to this N, we can calculate the frictional force. So this is our basic engineering mechanics concept. So here frictional force we can calculate F equal to mu into N. Okay, now in case of soil we are using delta, that is deflection angle, which is known to you or it is given in the example. Now coefficient of friction mu will be taken as tan delta for the sand. So therefore this Fs becomes mu into N. Again N we can replace N also. So here N we have mentioned sigma H. So what is sigma H? So if you consider this triangular pressure diagram, this is the pressure diagram. If you consider this triangular pressure diagram, then at the base sigma V equal to gamma into H. So that is already we have studied in the earth pressure theory in geotechnical 1. So sigma V equal to gamma into H. So now sigma H equal to K into V, K into sigma V. So this is the sigma H value. So if I replace this N with sigma H, here Fs equal to sigma H, Fs equal to mu into sigma H, then Fs will be K into sigma V average into tan delta. So this is the final equation for sandy soil for Fs. So again it is in kilonewton per meter square. Now K is the coefficient of lateral earth pressure, which is for which value is varying from 1 to 3 depending on soil type. Delta is the angle of friction between soil and pile. So here we can consider delta equal to phi also. So as per it is a BIS. So delta equal to phi, if delta is unknown, then you can use the value of phi. So summary for these equations, final equations we can prepare for clay, that is phi equal to 0, QEP is given by QUP equal to 9 into C into AB plus alpha C bar AS. And if C bar is not given in the example, then C equal to C bar can be taken. Then for sand, QEP equal to sigma bar, so this value Q sigma bar NQ into AB plus K into sigma V average tan delta into S. So this equation we are putting, and finally we are preparing the final equations to solve the, we can use these equations to solve the examples. Again we can find out the QSF if factor of safety is known to you, QEP upon factor of safety. Now let us go for dynamic method. So this is all about the static method. So equations are given above, so these equations you can use. So dynamic method or dynamic formulae, so basically these are the empirical formulas, so which is given by some scientist or some engineering institutes, etc. So best suitable for which is best suitable for sand, not for clays, because this test is based on short term loading. So here in the diagram you can see weight is acting on the, or hammer, weight of the hammer, hammering action is there. So hammer is acting on the pile, so pile at the top it is fixed with the dolly and packing, so to prevent the top edge of the pile, to prevent the damage of the top edge of the pile. Then this is the height, you can see H, and this S is the settlement of the soil, pile. So let us first consider first formula, which is given by engineering news record formula. So QEP equal to W into H into NH, not NH, it is eta H, this eta H divided by S plus C, which is in kilonewton. So where weight W is the weight of hammer in kilonewton, H is the height of fall of hammer in centimeter, eta H is efficiency of hammer. Then what is S? S is the set value in centimeter. Set value means penetration per blow. Here it is, here penetration per blow or settlement per blow. So settlement of pile or penetration of pile per blow. So when you give the hammer action, it will settle, pile will settle. That settlement value in centimeter per blow of hammer. What is the settlement of the soil in not soil, settlement of pile in centimeter. Now C is the elastic constant. So C is given by C is equal to 2.54 centimeter for draft hammer, and C equal to 0.254 centimeter for single acting or double acting steam hammer. Eta H will be 1 for drop hammer. Eta H equal to 0.75 to 0.85 for single acting steam hammer, and 0.7 to 0.8 for double acting steam hammer. QSF, again it is calculated from the factor of safety, QEP upon factor of safety. Now here QSF factor of safety, it is assumed as 6. 6 is minimum value for engineering news record formula. So engineering news record formula, according to this formula, we have to assume factor of safety minimum of 6. Now there is a second formula, that is modified engineering news record formula. It is modified formula. QEP equal to 166.64 into E upon S plus 2.54 in kilonewton, where again capital E is energy per blow in kilojoule and S is the set in mm. And third formula is Heeley's formula. So here Heeley's formula, that is QEP equal to eta B into eta H into W into H divided by S plus C by 2, where S is the set in centimeter, so that is penetration per blow of the pile. Then H is the height of fall in centimeter, W is the weight of hammer in kilonewton, eta B is the efficiency of hammer per blow. So here is this new efficiency introduced, eta B, that is efficiency of hammer per blow. E is the coefficient of restitution. So here again another formulas are there. When W is greater than E into P, what is E? Coefficient of restitution, and P is the weight of pile and pile cap in kilonewton. Factor of safety equal to 3 in Heeley's formula. So here factor of safety has changed. So remember this factor of safety according to the formula while solving the examples. So this according to when W is greater than into P, this is the equation for eta B, and when W is less than equal to E into P, this is the equation to calculate the eta B. So what is coefficient of restitution? E. Here you can see velocity of separation divided by velocity of approach. So again this is basic concept covered in the engineering mechanics. So today we stop here. In the next lecture we see what is the negative skin friction of the pile. That will be our third lecture. So we'll see in the third lecture. Thank you.